was Jep and Rio. And we're going to welcome you to My Caribbean Family.
Wow.
Right, now, tonight, we are looking at the youth. And we have a question. How the youth get so? Do you know how to get so?
Years ago, we would have said, me not know, me not know, me not know.
Oh, we don't know how the youth get so. Well, this evening, we are about to find out. And we're looking at it through a positive lens this evening.
Yes.
Very positive lens. Because whenever we talk about the youth and how they get so, it's not always something that has some negative connotations, you know?
Yes, but the good thing is that there are young people who are doing excellent things, who are really progressing, and we want to talk to a few of those young people.
That's right. So, for this evening, we want you to just sit back and let's hear what these young people have to say. How did they get to be where they are right now? How did they find their challenges overcome? What are these people doing? So,
We're going to find out.
we're going to find out. We're really going to find out. So, we're going to take it right back over to Jep and Rio. And welcome to My Caribbean Family. Well, now we've got with us our first guest. She is Cherise Francis, and she is a human rights activist. What's your age?
I'm 23, yeah. Who's 23?
23.
Age of 23, she is a human rights activist. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Cherise.
Well, I'm a human rights activist, attorney in waiting, which means I've now been called to the bar, not officially an attorney, but I've done all the schooling, know all the work. I'm an artist at heart, love the arts, and I love young people. That's where my passion lies, and that's where my human rights interest is.
Okay. So, with all of that, ask me the question, how she gets so?
Yes. Miss Francis, I need to know, at 23 years old and having done so much already, how you get so?
Well, the easy answer would be I born so.
Ah.
And that's
okay.
my answer because it has a lot to do with my parents and the support that I've had.
Yes.
I had parents who believed in a firm foundation and they never gave me what I wanted, but what I needed. So anything for school, I got. But if it was a brand, my mother said she knew how to sew and she knew where embroidery thread was and she would stitch my name in my bags for me and I would be my brand.
Okay.
That's the best brand.
But you said something very interesting there. You said of the foundation. Tell us a bit about that foundation, because oftentimes when we hear of the challenges with the youth, we hear persons complaining and it's the parents who are responsible. But here is a young lady who's doing wonderful things and you're attributing it to your early foundation, the early development within your household.
Well, they always made sure that I knew who I was. And that's something I think that our young people suffer from, a lack of self-esteem. And you'll find that the ones like myself, we call ourselves the 2%, or we're called the 2%, are the ones who've developed self-confidence, or were given a foundation of self-confidence. The people who said, listen, this is where I want to go, and this is how I'm getting there. And my parents started that. They said, listen, as long as you're making an honest dollar and you're happy, go for whatever you want. So that's where it started. Some of my friends, I've had to become that person. So it's really about encouraging yourself or having someone to encourage you. And that's how we get so.
But tell me
Beautiful.
something though. I love that spirit. But sometimes when somebody is so confident, especially when they're very young, they are met with some challenges because not everybody understands that you have a voice. Did you meet any of those types of challenges, and what did you do to overcome them?
I've been meeting that from the time I was about 5. And it started at school with the teacher writing on my report, she's too talkative.
Okay.
They didn't understand that what I was doing was imparting knowledge on my colleagues.
Wow.
Yes,
Wow.
So, they told me I was too talkative. And then it continued as I got into youth work, as I started traveling to represent the island, as I started sitting in meetings with ministers, diplomats, different persons, they would look at me like, you're a baby. Why are you talking? Why are you in here?
Right.
So, I think I had to develop within myself a backbone, a determination of nobody's better than me.
Right.
I am as good as everybody else. So my confidence is never I'm better than anybody, but I am as good as. Because I can never step into a room and think that anybody can outdo me. We will be on the same level.
Okay.
That's what it is.
I could identify with that element of talk too much. It was always interesting because I had the same kind of notes on my reports. Still, as a matter of fact, I had one teacher who said to me, your mouth will either make you money or get you in prison. So the jury's still out on that. But as it relates to sharing, clearly you had something to share. And you had a voice. And as a child, were you allowed to speak freely at home?
I was, and that's something I think we don't allow our children to do. That's why our children have a problem articulating themselves. Because they're always told children should be seen and not heard. Hush your mouth, you want something to cry for, instead of letting the child express themselves. I never had that, as long as I wasn't rude to my parents. They let me speak.
Right.
So my dad, from a very young age, if he thought of something, he would say, sure, what do you think about this, or whatever. And sometimes the concepts would be up here. So I had no clue what he was talking about. But he always used it as a teaching lesson. He always said, well, this is what I mean. So I was able to go to school and translate that into compositions, translate that into daily life, translate those lessons into everything I take with me now. And I see the benefits of that because my friends will often call me and say, Cherise, I don't know how to do X, Y, Z. You know everything. How do you do this?
Yes.
So I see that investment.
I mean, I'm hearing ambition, I'm hearing passion, I'm hearing confidence. I'm curious, I have to ask this question. You're now 23 years old.
Yes.
Where do you see yourself in the next 10 or 15 years?
I see myself being happy. And I say that because I can have plans, but life does what it wants. God does what He wants.
Right.
So I might have a plan for my life, but that's not how it might go. But I'll be happy because I'll make myself happy and I'll make my place wherever I go.
Now tell me something. Barbados is a very small dot in the middle of a big sea in this huge world. And you are intent on, you're already a human rights activist with a law degree. How do you deal with that in Barbados? Do you get a chance to actually put that into practice here, the whole human rights element?
Legally, our human rights are within our criminal laws. Most of our human rights laws can be found in our criminal laws. We don't have specific human rights laws.
Right.
But human rights plays out in everything. A simple thing, the same thing of letting our children express themselves. Freedom of speech is a human right. Those are things that play out every single day. So yes, I get to put it into practice. What is frustrating is that in the Caribbean and in Barbados, we don't see the importance of human rights. It's always persons say, what are you doing? Why would you study human rights? Why would you even deal with that? We don't have those issues. But something that I recognized recently is that human rights is relative. And how I learned that was that way I sat among my peers, other youth leaders from the Caribbean and Latin America. The struggles they had, I didn't have. But that's not to say we don't have struggles. So that's how I'm going to deal with it. I'm going to go away, better myself, make myself and develop everything, take everything from other cultures, and then come back and say, listen, you wanted me to go away, you wanted to see that I had international experience, I've got it, and now here's what we can do to change Barbados, here's how we can fix it, here's why human rights is important.
You know, I'm very glad to hear that. I think we should give her a round of applause for that. Yeah, I love that. Well, we're getting a signal that our time is just about up. I could keep you here forever.
I could be here forever.
But I mean, we can't let her leave because this is my Caribbean family. This is an opportunity for you now to say to the young person out there, some person who may be 23 or I'm not even sure what they want to do.
Or 13.
13 or 5. What would you say to the youth of my Caribbean family right now who are at a point where they're not sure where they want to go?
You don't have to be sure where you're going, but go somewhere. Start. Just do something. You don't have to decide today. Life changes.
Yes.
What you do today or tomorrow might not be what you're doing for the rest of your life. But do something. Just do something.
Right. Well, thank you so much. I love
Thank you for having me.
And now we are going to go back over to Jep
And
and
Rio.
Rio. We're back. Yes. Thank you, Jep and Rio.
Awesome. Nice.
Well, we got some more awesomeness on with us right now.
Some more youth who really get so.
Right.
And so, I mean, I really have to say, so good.
So good. That's right. We have with us right now Shanice Lashley. Hi, Shanice.
Hi, Shanice.
Hi.
Can everybody say hi, Shanice?
Hi.
There you go. Hi.
Okay, so now they know we have a live audience.
We have a live audience. Shanice is actually a recorded artist.
Yes.
Yes.
Gospel artist.
Gospel
artist. So we're gonna act. It's now my turn. Shanice, how you get so?
Well, let me start from the bottom and
All right.
first of all, I have to say thank you to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
Yes.
Because of his, having that foundation. I attended the St. George Secondary School, and when I heard that I was going there, I heard so much negativity. This school, this way, or next way, whatever. And I went in with the mindset that I have to be different. I have to be a part of that number that people talk about good.
Yes.
She went to school here, but she ended up there. She's doing great things or whatever. I always went in with that mindset.
Yes.
But I had some setbacks. I knew that there was a desire in me to start writing my own music.
Yes.
So,
I did. The first song was Their Foolishness, sorry. And
You didn't
But-
like it.
I didn't like it. Well, let me put it that way. And then I continued and I released my first single, Not Because. And then it went on from there. The music started to flow from that point on. Still writing, still working.
Now, tell me something.
Mhm.
You didn't get this way by yourself.
No.
And the Lord, I know your Lord Jesus Christ was your foundation, but He puts people
For
to help.
sure.
Tell us a bit about that experience. Who did He put on earth to help you get so?
Well, I will share this with you guys. When one day I was crying and saying that nobody don't want to help me because it's difficult. Sometimes people can be stingy and I want to get there first and then I will help you after.
Ah.
Or sometimes people might be a little threatened, so let me do this first and then you come after.
Right.
So I was crying out and I remember God told me that nobody's going to take credit for what He is going to do in my life.
Wow.
So I had it's a set of people. It wasn't a big lot of persons that God set up to, and people will still come to help me along the way. My parents,
Yes.
they're not saved, but they're very supportive.
Yes.
My church family,
Yes.
and just other people that God would place in their hearts to work with Shanice,
Yes.
to come along with me.
Well, I actually heard about your church family. I actually worked with one of the members of your church. And what she said was that, lots of times the church family would say, yes, I'm going to pray for you. And then that's it. But your church family did a bit more than that.
They are.
You know.
They help financially.
Wait. Stop.
Uh-huh.
You said financially. Okay. Church family
For
help
sure.
financially. Okay.
With the recording and all of
For
that.
sure, yeah.
Beautiful.
Okay.
They're
Beautiful.
so into my ministry. We are a family at the Church of God in Chelsea Road. It's not we are not perfect. We usually say this, but you're sure to find love there. So once there's a ministry, they see the vision, God placed the vision, they support it.
You see that?
Beautiful.
Church of God and Chelsea Road. All right? The church family is supportive. I'm going to visit that church.
You
so.
should,
I mean,
you
I'm
should.
listening to you, and when my wife sees this, she's going to be really, really, really proud because, like you, she's a product of the St. George University, as they like to call it.
Yes.
And she understands also the process of sowing into ministries. I mean, I understand that. I understand that once there's a vision and once there's something inside of you. But I like what you said earlier. The first song you wrote, I mean, you didn't like it, but you kept writing, and then you said it started to flow. I mean, and that's what we really need to do. We
Yes.
need to continue because so many young people are giving up at the first sign of failure, but you didn't give up. So
It's
what
not an
what
option
what
for me.
or who kept you going after that first song that you didn't like very much?
I can't even tell you the feedback. I will tell you because it's a desire in my heart to. I know this is my calling. But I am a person that I have to win. Is that wrong?
No, it's
I
not.
have to win. Like,
You only
I-
remember the winners.
And I know I will make mistakes, but because sometimes, and sometimes we think when people are negative to me, I have to prove you wrong, especially if I know that I can do it. I have to.
You rise to the
I'm
challenge.
not that exactly. Not that I'm allowing people to influence or whatever, but you have your opinions, and I am going to prove you wrong, basically.
Right.
And it's something that I love to do. So I know I will make mistakes along the way. It's a process,
Yes.
but I will keep at it.
I'll tell you this. I mean, and I admire you. And how old are you? Can I ask?
23.
23. I mean, babies. I can be your dad easily. But as
I could be your big sister.
Okay.
Easily.
Yeah. Okay, big sister. But as I'm listening to you, you're driven, and I'm happy to hear that you want to win because there's so many people who settle for second and third place. Because of that, they never ever push beyond that comfort zone. you're also in that have that mindset that you're going to prove people wrong. You're not going to allow anyone to take your personal power, and that is commendable because you have determined your own destiny. You recognize that I have to take charge. I can't allow another person to determine what my future is going to be like, and I think that is totally awesome. If you continue like that, I know I'm going to see you on stage.
For sure, international.
And I've heard some of your music, and I'll tell you, when you have an ear for international, there's nothing wrong with local. I love local as well, but local in any country means just appreciated by those people around you. Your music is international. It can be appreciated by people here as well as off of these shores, and once they hear it, they are going to be sold, told, delivered by your music, right? And I really, really, really appreciate it.
Yeah, we're being signaled we have to wrap up, but she did promise me she's going to sing for me, so you're going to give me a few bars
No, she
quickly?
can't sing today.
She can't?
We're going to listen to the video today.
Oh, so we're getting the video. We're getting the full thing.
We're going to get the full
So
thing.
just quickly, so do you sing live or is it only all recorded?
I sing live.
Okay, just checking, just checking.
Yeah.
Good.
So we have to go down to the Chelsea Road Church to hear
Yes.
it live.
For sure,
Right.
for sure.
Not really, but yeah.
But yeah. Well, I want to say thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
And you are always welcome. There's always room for you right here in my Caribbean Club.
Thank you.
All right. Now, let's give her a round of applause.
Try to fit, but everywhere you turn, get pushed away, and they're hurting your feelings, but don't give up. Help is on its way. You feel like you're done, no reason to keep holding on.
Yes, we're back. And guess who we have with us? Queen Camilla. Her last name is actually Ellis, though, but she has a kingdom. And her kingdom is Instagram. She's the ruler, the monarch of her Instagram.
That's where you'll find her followers.
That's where all the followers are.
And her kingdom is expanding.
It's expanding royally. She's going to have her own anthem soon.
Yes, we can go like, Queen Camilla, Queen Camilla, Queen Camilla.
So I have, look, it's your turn to ask the question.
Hi, okay. Ma'am, Your Majesty,
Your Majesty,
tell us a bit about your talent and
how you get so.
Well, I think it is a combination of a lot of things. It's a combination of being somebody who is comfortable expressing, being somebody who has gone through what I've gone through, being somebody who is passionate about things that I am passionate about. And I think that all of that, everything that I've gone through, everything that I am, I'm becoming, and I'm supposed to be, has brought me to this place of being who I am right now. You know what I mean? And I don't think, I don't count influences as more than any other one. I think that they all work in harmony, and that's the way that the universe, and that's the way that God designed it. You know what I mean? So it's not about what really drove me here the most. It's about all the things that are part of the puzzle of who I am at this stage of my life. So yeah.
Okay, so you just said a whole lot. It sounds inspirational. Sounds like an inspirational, motivational speaker. So what is the talent you're going to speak about today?
I'm going to speak about my photography. There are a lot of things I'm into. I'm into music, I'm into writing, I'm into blogging, and fashion. I love fashion as well. But photography is my first love, and that's what I want to do career-wise. And that's, you know what I mean? I want that to open other doors for me as well, but that's what I want to do career-wise, and that's what I'm focusing on right now.
And I've seen some of her work. It's phenomenal.
Thank you.
Right, it's phenomenal. And they even have a little video on YouTube
Yeah.
with you doing a photo shoot in town.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, you know, when you see the picture, it's one thing. It looks, you know. But when you see where the picture was taken, it's like, I didn't know I could take pictures out there. It looks completely different.
Wow.
You know, it's fantastic.
Well, for full disclosure, I'm a creative guy. I've studied design, I've studied photography, but I work better next to the photographer. So tell me about the kind of shoots that you like, the kind of themes that you like to work with. Are you like really avant-garde? I mean, are you the kind of person who will get underneath the car to just to get that shot? Or are you a more traditional kind of photographer?
Yeah, I'm actually not traditional at all. I don't know if my actual person speaks for that, like how I dress, just how I present myself, but I'm not traditional at all. I tend to believe that it's 2017 and things can be done a different way. And nothing's wrong with the traditional way. Nothing's wrong with that. Nothing's wrong with, getting in the studio, you know what I mean, and, posing, really. But I think expression is where we are right now. You know what I mean? In terms of where the world is going, I think that expression is the thing that's going to save us, to be honest. And I am the person that gets under the car. I am the person that climbs rocks. I'm the person that gets anywhere. I'll go in water, like full clothes. Like, it doesn't matter. Once the shot is worth it for me. I'm more into portrait photography than I am into anything else. I really think that people are beautiful, and I think that our expression through our faces and hands and our bodies, those things are really, really beautiful. And I think that a lot of taboo is attached to that, especially a lot of different body parts, you know what I mean? And I think that the way to get rid of that is to show people that it's okay.
Right.
It's to show people that we're beautiful. And to show people that it's okay to show that you're beautiful. You know what I mean? It's okay. You don't have to be shy. You don't have to hide yourself. You know what I mean? You are what you are, and we accept you as you are.
Now, at this tender age, you would have had, as you said, experiences from childhood right on up to now. Who would you say, I know you say you don't have any influencers, as it were, but in terms of your base, there is a reason that you are here doing photography and not taking just a little cell phone image of somebody's house to see when you can come back and visit, right? When they're not home. So what got you to the camera? How did you get involved in photography to start?
Well, it's honestly, it's not an impressive story. I always tell people it's not as impressive as like other people's stories.
It's your story.
Yes, it's my story. Yes. That's the truth.
Yes.
I really love social media, okay? I'm a social media person, and I was a social media person since the people in my demographic really got into Facebook, right? And Facebook profile pictures was a thing. It was a thing for me, okay?
You all know about that, right?
You know what I mean? It was a thing, right?
Yeah, I know about that too.
It was a thing, right? And I was just like, nah, I must have the coolest profile picture in my class, you know what I mean? And that really started it. And when I asked other people to take pictures of me, I was just like, no, that's not how I see it. That's not the vision. You know what I mean? That's not the vision I wanted. So I did it myself. You know what I mean? And I saved and I bought my first. Yes, the original selfie. And I saved and I got my first. I saved along with my dad, and I got my first Panasonic, just a little camera. It was really, really powerful. I didn't know how valuable it was at that point in time.
Yeah.
But and I used to work wonders on that thing. And then for my, I think it was my 18th birthday, my dad bought me my first big professional camera.
Wow.
And that was you know what I mean? Because it counts a lot for me when your parents really believe in you. You know what I mean? So that's how I really got into photography.
So you actually had someone believing in you.
Of course.
Dad.
Who's
comfortable with his daughter being a photographer.
Yeah, of course. And even today we have our, you know what I mean? He sees it a little differently than how I see it. In terms of expression and what I to work with and what I'm willing to show. But him just being that base and being that base support along with my mom and my family, you know what I mean? And they're all over my social media. All of my family is on my social media. I love that last shoot that you did, and this, you know what I mean? So they're all supportive.
They're members of your kingdom.
Of course.
I'll tell you this, for someone who's using social media, continue posting.
Yeah.
Don't get caught up with the amount of likes or the comments, but keep posting because people are watching. It's only today I made a post like that. There are a lot of people, they will never comment, they will never like, they will never share, but they're being informed and they're being inspired. Yeah, and they are watching you.
They are watching you. And as I have mentioned to the other young ladies that was with us today, you are doing great things. Continue to do great things.
I shall.
And we will continue to be in your part of your kingdom.
Yes. But before she goes, how, if I want to follow you on Instagram, what's your hashtag?
My handle is Queen Camilla, but I spell Queen a little differently. I spell it Kween, and Camilla is Kamilah. So yeah, that's where I am on Instagram.
We'll join you on Instagram.
I shall join your kingdom, ma'am.
Yes, we'll join
sure.
the kingdom. And I might even get somebody to do an anthem for you. Maybe we will get Jet and Rio to the anthem. Thank you so much. Let's give her a round of applause. Thank you. We're near the end of the show already.
Yes, can't believe it.
Can't believe it. Can't believe it.
Three awesome young ladies doing positive things. I'm excited. I'm looking to see where they're going to be in the next 10, 20 years.
I am inspired.
Really, really.
I'm
I'm encouraged.
Yes.
But you know, one of the things that people may not recognize that there are young men who are doing really, really good things. So I'm looking forward to hearing how them get so.
We're going to have them too. We're going to, in a couple of the shows, we're going to have how the fellas get so as well.
Correct.
Hear all those positive stories. So at this point in time, I want to say my big, heartfelt thank you. And I think the audience, y'all should give yourselves an applause. Give yourselves an applause. Yeah. I see y'all up there with your little Instagram. Yes. Taking selfies with
already joining the kingdom.
Already joining the kingdom. With us in the background and stuff. I see y'all. I see you. And we were streaming live on Facebook. So I'm going to shout out Ava. That's another Shanice. That's somebody that went to St. George Secondary too, and she's living in Toronto right now. Yep, speaking 3 different languages. And Heather and Susan.
And Anita.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yolanda,
really
all of those people who have been floating by, liking and loving us on our live stream tonight. It was wonderful having you all on.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
But we can't forget. There's some people we need to thank because we soon have to go.
Right, Divi.
Yes, Divi, Southwest, Barbados.
Yes, the coolest people. They're wonderful. Our technical crew.
Mr. Jemmett and his crew.
Mr. Jemmett and his crew, right, and our crew.
Our crew.
And again.
Who've done an excellent job.
Yeah.
You see how good I'm looking? This is not natural. This is the makeup magician.
Yes, Shanice. Well, this is more natural.
Okay. Well, I don't worry. This is not natural. Yeah.
She actually had to work with me for so long. Yes. But thank you for Shanice as well. Shanice Boyce, Artistica, she calls herself.
Yes.
So, you know, you can look her up as well. I do believe she has a Facebook presence as well.
Yeah. I mean, and she makes a really, really, really good
Oh,
cake also.
yes.
So makeup and cake,
Makeup and cake,
Kamasti pounds, you know.
proper combination.
Beautiful.
So at this point in time, remember, my Caribbean family is about us and it's about you. Because see, we're all one family. You guys could be our mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, cousins, aunts, uncles, you know,
second cousin, third
second
cousin.
fourth cousin from the fifth side removed. You know, we are all family.
Oh, mother-in-laws, because mother-in-laws are family also.
Yeah, yes, definitely. Oh, well, we have another story there. We're
Yes.
going to have a whole episode for you. Right? So, at this point in time, I'd like to say thank you. Goodbye. And
See
join
you
us
next
again
time for My Caribbean Family.